What would you say to someone else who was considering being a volunteer in the orphanage for a while?
I would say to anyone who's considering volunteering in the AKF orphanage in Uganda it's definitely a life-changing experience. It's something that will stick with you for the rest of your life. I don't think we understand the value and the significance of just the part that we play when we go over to a country such as Uganda, and to share and just spend time and just to take the time out to spend time with these people and to find out about their culture and their issues. You just come back with a new perspective on life. You understand what's really important. You realise just how fortunate and how lucky we are. It makes you reassess the issues and problems that you might think you have in your own life. So it just really puts things into perspective, and it's just so much more grateful and thankful for the life that you have over here and for what God's doing in your own life. So I definitely recommend it.
What interest would see you going back to the orphanage again, Lesley?
I think for me it's not a question of whether I would go back, because I know that I will definitely be going back at some stage. It's just because of the friendships and the relationships that's been formed already with the children, with the staff members, with the local community as well. And there's just something about it that it just gets into you, just the culture and the people, and I think it's just quite a unique experience, and it's something that never leaves you. So for me, it's just something that I know I will definitely go back and want to again, just to see how the children are going and see how the project's progressing. And once you've started something, you kind of just want to see how it's going to progress as well. So I would definitely consider going back for sure.
How did this orphanage project connect into Watoto?
Well, what we were trying to do with the orphanage was we were trying to replicate the Watoto model of raising a children's home. And I was actually fortunate enough to go out and visit a Watoto village and see the setup, and try and replicate and take the things that I had seen across into the orphanage that we were trying to set up as well. I was also fortunate enough to spend a bit of time with the staff at Watoto and work with them in terms of the social work team, the house mothers, the finance team, to just get an understanding as to how they had gone about setting up their project, so that we could then use what they've done over into our project. So it was extremely beneficial to see something working so successfully and not having to start something from scratch, and then just adapt it across into our project as well. We had one occasion where we organised for the Watoto mothers, who had been mothers in the Watoto villages for a number of years. I was senior mothers, to come across to our orphanage and to spend time with our mothers, for them just to impart their knowledge, to impart their struggles and hardships and the challenges, and also just to encourage the mothers, to let them know that what they're doing is a privilege and an honour, but it also comes with some challenges, but that the challenges outweigh the blessings and the benefits of seeing these children grow up year after year, and having them in their lives. So our mothers found it an extremely beneficial time and opportunity, and something that they really felt was very useful, that they'd be able to take back and impart that into their own children that they're taking care of in our project.
How did your involvement with this orphanage impact on your Christian walk?
This whole experience has totally changed the relationship that I now have with God. It's definitely made it a more intense and real relationship. God has just come through for me on so many levels, in so many situations while I was over there. I was totally dependent on Him in so many ways, that I'd never experienced anything like this before, and I was just so amazed by God's faithfulness and God's grace and His mercy and His love during the time that I was there, that it just kind of just blew my mind away. So this whole experience has definitely changed my whole spiritual walk and my spiritual journey with God. It's just made it stronger and deeper. You know, you really had to dig in deep, and you're faced with so many challenges that nothing that I had ever been through in the past could have prepared me for a moment such as the time I had in Uganda. And when you're, for the majority of the time, just on your own, you can't really depend too much on people. And it really made me realise that the only person I can depend on 100% with no wavering was God. And to see him come through time after time after time was just amazing, and just like I say, just took my breath away. So I'm just really thankful that I got this opportunity to allow me just to see God on another level, and it's taken me onto a different spiritual journey as well, where it's made me even more hungry for God, because I know and I could see firsthand just how good he is. Yeah.
Pastor Lesley.
Kali mumugambe webale Pastor Lesley musonge wano muwogane nnyo. Mugambe ko ng'otunudde wano.